Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Dr. Muhammad Amir bin Ash'ari. In this video lectures, I will like to talk about introduction to C programming for Arduino. So far, you have learned C programming language where you execute the code using your computer. So what is the difference between C programming using your computer as compared to C programming using Arduino? Actually, it's not so much difference because Arduino itself can be considered as a mini computer. Okay. The Arduino environment have been designed to be easy to use for the beginners who have no software or electronic experience. Okay, that is correct because when they try to develop the Arduino, even if you don't have any good knowledge in hardware, which is electronic, as well as you don't have good knowledge in programming, you still can operate the Arduino. That's why recently we can find out that even the primary school or secondary school also have been given some exposure to the Arduino. They have developed some project where they can participate in several competition in primary school as well as secondary school level competition. So for those in this class who have experience in using Arduino in your secondary school or primary school, that can become a good advantage for you in these courses. Okay, with Arduino we can build many projects. We can build object that can respond to and or control the light. For example, you can control the sound, you can control the touch, you can control the movement. Of course, in order for to do these things, okay, in order for you to do this thing, of course you need to connect your Arduino with several variety of sensor in the market. So of course that is the purpose of the sensor. So okay, sensor will convert the physical environment changing into electrical signal, and that electrical signal will be connected. Okay, once you connected between the sensor and the Arduino port, then that sensor will change the physical changing of environment into electrical signal, and that electrical signal will go into your Arduino, and you do some programming that will read that the changing of the electrical signal that represent the physical changing in the environment. Then it actually can you have capable to control the light, you can process the sound, you can interpret the touch by of course touch by the human, means that you interact, the user interact with the Arduino, and then as well as you can provide the electrical signal to the motor, and that motor can move something. So that's why Arduino itself is like a brain to some innovation, where you have the sensor to communicate between the physical environment with Arduino, so the Arduino will control everything. It's like the brain to the robot, it's a brain to your innovation. So of course with that kind of capability, then you can create a lot of amazing or I can say innovation, including the musical instrument. You can develop the robot, you can develop game interactive furnitures, and of course in this lecture is later, if you manage to explore the Arduino, then we will give you some excitement where you need to develop some innovation, some project that related to biomedical using the Arduino. Okay, when we talk about Arduino itself, the word Arduino it refers to two things. One is the Arduino hardware. The Arduino hardware itself is also called as Arduino, and another one is Arduino software. Okay, the Arduino software itself is also called Arduino, so don't confuse, because both it's referred to the Arduino. So when I talk about Arduino hardware, is referred to the board itself. Okay, as you can see in the slide there, okay, that is the example of Arduino board. Okay, I have the physical Arduino board in my hand, so you can see that this is my Arduino board. Okay, and of course we have some USB cables there, that for the purpose of connecting this Arduino with your PC, so later you can do a C programming language, then you can upload into this Arduino, so that C programming instruction can be executed by this Arduino. So in Arduino board, again, like I said, it can be consists of several port there. You can see there's a many port from 0 to 13, and here from A0 to A5. That is the port that I mentioned before, that will be connected with some sensor or some motor. Then you can, that sensor as well as motor can interact with Arduino, and Arduino will control that sensor as well as reading the signal, electrical signal from the sensor. Again, like I said before, the sensor will the purpose of the sensor again is it will sense the physical changing, environment's physical changing. Once there's a changing, the electrical signal that feed into this Arduino port is also changing. Then once the CPU inside the Arduino is read that changing in the electrical signal, you can do anything which is based on what you have programmed inside that Arduino. Okay, again, like I said, Arduino board here is like a mini computer, because inside this chip, okay, this chip here, Atmel chip here, it consists of, it's like your computer. It consists of CPU, where the purpose of CPU is to execute the instruction given by the user. After you do a programming instruction, you upload the code inside this Arduino board. CPU will execute all the instruction, and inside this chip as well, they have a built-in flash memory, where the purpose of this flash memory is like your hard disk in your computer. Okay, again, if you are doing a C programming in computer, before you run that instruction, you will need to save the file, this .c file, inside your hard disk before you can execute. Actually, when you run your code, actually the CPU, whatever your CPU is it i5, is it i7, and so on, it will execute all the instruction line by line. So similar to this Arduino, once you upload the code, it will save inside the flash memory inside this Atmel chip, and then the CPU part will later execute line by line instruction that given by you. So it's the same things. The difference is just of course your computer have a big memory but this mini computer Arduino board only have a very limited memory space, as well as the speed is not as faster as your Intel CPU. Okay, so that is the things. But the way how we write the program is similar, is almost similar. What you have learned in the class, where you run the code by using computer, is not so much different as compare running a C language for Arduino boards. Okay, so that is the purpose of Arduino board. So like I've discussed as you can read in the slide there, Arduino board is where the code you need to write, and the code that you write will be executed, of course, to control and respond to the electricity signal come from all this pin, where that electrical signal come from the sensor. And then of course you can connect with many sensor. So of course that is the purpose. We try to give you some exposure with Arduino. Later you can think about what are innovation you can done related to biomedical engineering project, where you can integrate several sensor as well as several motor and so on. Then you can have some device or some innovation that improve the conventional product in the market that related to biomedicals. Okay, again, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, Arduino. When we talk about Arduino, there's two things. It's referred to hardware. It also referred to the software. So this is the software for Arduino. Normally, I call it Arduino IDE. Okay, so the purpose of this software is to compile your code. Of course, if you learn in the class, when you learn the normal C programming language, you have the compiler. You need to execute all this instruction, and this instruction will be changed into the machine language before it's executed by your CPU. So same goes to Arduino. For Arduino, in order for you to compile your instruction, then you need the Arduino software, or we call it Arduino IDE. So you can download it free. You just Google, okay, you can just Google it. You just type Arduino IDE, and then this is the website. In this website, you can download the Arduino compiler or Arduino IDE for free. Then after you install, okay, that is the one that I already installed there in my computer. If I open this software, okay, this is the Arduino IDE. So this is the Arduino IDE. Okay, so of course later we will discuss about the structure. It's a little bit different from the programming language, C programming language that you learn in class. Is the structure, or the way the structure of writing the code is a little bit different, but the language itself is similar. Okay, that's the thing. But once you load the Arduino IDE, then you can write all the code related to the C programming, the instruction that you want the Arduino to run. And after that, you just you have this Arduino board, and then you have this USB. You connect with your computer, and then you just click run. It will upload all the code that you written here. It will compile first, then once it's finished compile, it will upload this code inside this flash memory of your Arduino board before the CPU of your Arduino board automatically execute all the instruction line by line.